Hello? Are we so back? Interesting. Are we back? I think I'm back. Hello and welcome. Okay, let's try it again, everybody. Okay. All right. Back. Terrific. Can you hear me? That's the biggest question. Hearing both music and voice and a lightsaber Coca-Cola. We love to see it. Okay, so I think that we're good, everybody. Yeah, lots of technical difficulties tonight, but apparently, you know, it's always something, you know? That's the way life is, everybody. It's always going to be something. But you know what? We keep going. We keep calm and carry on, as they say. Both are good. We found the right concoction. Found just the right... I think we're so good. Oh my gosh. Sounding better than ever, I hope. Sometimes our computer overlords just say, you don't get to stream. And they say, you had every good intention. But guess what? You're not going to do it. You're not going to do it. Esper, no, I haven't. I have done none of the such. It's always going to be something. I just wish that something would happen to other people, not me. Yeah, well, you know what? If I can bear the brunt of all technological difficulties so that others don't have to, then bring it on, karma. That's what I say. I will gladly bear that cross of technological suffering. Anyway, we are so back. Thank you, Magic Conk. Thank you. I have not extolled the greatness of Kimari yet. In fact, I don't really use Kimari much. Let me tell you something. Hot take from the prof. I hate a blue mage. I do not like blue mages. I don't like them in any game. I think that's why I don't love Pokemon. Because I'm like, Ash, fight your own battles. Don't use the abilities of others or Pokemon. See, that's why I'm having tech issues. I haven't praised Kimari. We love you, Kimari. We just don't use you much. In any case, we've delayed enough. I was going to talk a little bit about some fun things. Not really. I was just going to ramble for a bit, but why not just talk about tech difficulties instead? I do want to show off one kind of fun thing. One of the greatest, how do I say this? One of my greatest missteps in life was not getting the Final Fantasy VII Remake Collector's Edition. Okay? I talk about this occasionally. Like now I have to try for collector's editions as much as I can. But that was one of my greatest frustrations because it came with this really cool Cloud and the motorcycle statue. Well, while I was over in amazing Tokyo, I went to a place called the Artnia Square Enix Cafe, and lo and behold, they were selling the thing that I have not had. And I want you to look at this little guy. I want you to just check him out. Now, is he the exact same? No, but he's close enough, and I dare say he's better. Look at this bad boy right here. Look at him. I just need you to see. With the wheels, that can spin. I am the cool uncle. See this? And look, you can take him off here. And look, this is his like power stance, but also like, yeah, look at this guy. He's like a classic FF7 OG style. It's so rad, but you can move him. You can move his little body. Let me show you. He also has separate hands, but like he can stand. You can move his little head, like cock it to the side like this so that he looks at people and is like, what are you thinking? Not interested. That's what he says. You can have him look up in a dramatic fashion, but look at the sword. Look at the sword, kind of stuck on his back. You can also make him hold it. I just chose not to, but like, yeah. I love the way that he's so bendy. Look at this. There he is running like Mario. Isn't this the most Cloud stance ever? I just broke his leg. Okay, there we go. Oopsies. Yeah. Let's see if I can do like the little cocky stance that he does, right? Like a curious puppy. And then like he's got to do the shrug, right? This is the shrug. Oh, it's hard with his little shoulder pauldrons. I love his little shrug. Let's see if we can do it. Oh, that's precious. Isn't that precious? There he is. That's him shrugging. Everybody, this is my new profile pic. This is me. When the haters come for me, I'm just gonna be like, boom. I wish it would zoom in on him. Oh, hang on. Those are iconic scenes that we can do. I think that's a great idea. Hang on, let me change the camera setting so it does auto zoom on him. Cloud Tar. Flexy. He's swole and flexy. Yeah, let's go automatic. Oh, that's it. That's it right there, everybody. Okay, so we come in. Yeah, there. Let me get out of the way. There he is. Look at that boy. I love that. That's so fun. Whenever someone is surprised you didn't like Remake, I love that. It's my favorite stance in Rebirth when he's talking about materia and natural springs of Mako and stuff, or materia. And Sephiroth's like, you're in Soldier and you didn't know that? And Cloud goes, that's like my favorite moment. That's him. That's going to be his new stance forever. Now there's another stance we can do on his knees yelling Tifa. We can do that. Watch this. The sword kind of gets in the way. It looks like he's riding or maybe crucified on the sword. Let's not do that. Got to move it sideways and then now he's on his knees. There we go. And let's see if we can make it real dramatic. There we go. Tifa! Screaming in agony. There we go. Tifa! Oh, my cuticles. I cut my fingernails. Did you notice? Tifa! Anyway, I know that you came here to see Prof play with dolls. But anyway, I think this is so cool. Anyway, this was like the big thing that I was like, okay, if I were to get like one thing from Japan, like I got a bunch of things from Japan. I'm better with my finances than my Instagram would tell you. But yeah, I just love this. Also that cocky way that he stands, we can do that, right? Because he always goes like one hand. Oh, his arm just came off. It's supposed to. Don't worry about that. You can just twist it off. But he's got this little cocky way of standing, right? In the original game. My audio went out because Cloud stepped on the mute button. That wasn't a tech difficulty. He has this cocky way of standing, and it turns up. Nah, it's back. It's back, everybody. He hit it. Blame Cloud, not me. Having a whole convo with space. That's me. Yeah, that was on me. Now, actually, we blame Cloud. So anyway, yeah, cocky way of standing, as he does in the original, in the OG. I only hear the peaceful FF10 music. Are we back now? I think we're back. Okay. Maybe subtitles will help you? Yeah. Anyway, so now he's on the bike. Still being kind of cocky. Oh, God. That's Exorcist. Ah, when his head turns all the way around. Not interested. That's how Cloud leaves the conversation. Oh, yeah, Tyler, I did say that. There are multiple Square Enix stores in Japan. By far and away, the best one is the Artnia store in Tokyo. It is in Shinjuku in Tokyo, and it is amazing. And it's also part of a cafe, which is terrific. So, love that place. Love that place. You literally got the Saturn's Crest, the Butterfly Quest, and Macalania. Nice, the sigil. Okay, okay. All right, everybody. Well, we've piddled enough, but that's how his head turns whenever someone says Tifa's behind him. Now, don't say that. Don't say it too loud. They'll come for us. They'll come for us. So, never forget. Well, everyone, dear friends, it's time to play some Final Fantasy X. Tonight, we're going to meet up with Seymour, and we're going to go to Guado Salam. And the biggest thing that we're going to talk about tonight, I think, just because, like, I had the longest work meeting, and that's why we started late, and then we had tech difficulties, and I just don't know if we're going to get through everything like I wanted to, but we're going to do what we can. But we are going to go to Guado Salam, and I would like for us to have a discussion about the far plane and the live stream. So that's why this stream is sponsored by Cocky Cloud. So that's where we are tonight. The shippers will come for us. Hi, Mr. Bigglesworth. Welcome in. What's up? There's one in occupancy. Yeah, that's true. There is one there. I feel like the Artnia store is really good. There was a pop-up in Osaka. I think that it's currently in Tokyo. And it's not just Final Fantasy IX stuff, which is super cool, but it's got a bunch of other things too. So anyway, let's go ahead and get into the game. And we can just be chatting and talking about things. I don't even remember what we were doing in here. This stream, cockiness. It's streamed by Cocky Cloud. Don't be weird. Don't be weird about it. Recently started playing FF13 on PC with improved graphics mods. I mean, I think that's the only way to play it, right? Because it's never been re-released. You'll be lurking in the background, leveling. Okay, awesome. Everybody, last time we rode the Shoopuf, and tonight we're going to continue on our journey. So, anyway, we just met Riku. Love her. Now let's go. How about that? We're probably going to do another shrine because that's just what happens. There's some Guados. And off we go. There's a treasure chest back there. Cockatrice. Oh. I'm going to crank it up just a little bit. He's got some spunk. He just speaks, he just stands in that cocky way of doing it. Had no issues when I was a kid getting celestial weapons. Listen, things were easier when we were children, you know? Like, that's what I've learned. So many games, like, I had such patience for the tedious things in life when I was a kid. Maybe because I had all the spare time in the world. But now, I ain't got time for that. And so, like, nope. I used to be able to grind, and like I would breed chocobos like a freaking, well, I guess a chocobo breeder. But like I do not have the patience for that stuff now. I just don't. I wish I did. Dang, that was really good, Yuffie.
What did you just do?
FF13 character models, the mods look better than Rebirth models. Oh my gosh. The lightning dodges made you cry? Ain't nothing like the jump rope in Final Fantasy IX. The jump rope in Final Fantasy IX makes me sob. When I inevitably play Final Fantasy IX on stream, you've been feeling more and more impatient as you get older. Listen, that's a thing. And like, I've got some theories on this, right? And my primary theory is that when you were a kid, boredom is such a luxury. Hoven, thank you so much. What's up? Fast forward mode could save me from the grind. What fast forward mode? There's no fast forward in this game. Unless you're talking about Final Fantasy IX. But yeah, the older we get, boredom is just not a luxury that we have anymore because our lives are filled with so much nonsense, right? So much. And so like, I'm never sitting in class anymore, doodling and bored. And that, like, I don't ever have the luxury. Thank you, Mario Kart Gamer Dude, for the follow. I never have the luxury of just like being bored and doing mindless things in games anymore. Oh, Ed, nice. Hey, I appreciate you popping in. Thank you so much. And we are definitely going to play Mario Kart at some point. I haven't forgotten about that. I've just been fighting the worst jet lag of my life, and then getting back into work has been insane. Like, everyone, I mean, I was gone for 3 weeks, right? So everyone wants to meet with the prof this week. That's kind of what's happening. But I genuinely do believe that, like,
you gotten any better?
we get to a point in life where we don't want to meander in games because so much of our lives are so like streamlined the older that we get. And so I think that was a problem that people had with Rebirth. That game, and I talked a little bit about this on stream the other night, that game relishes its ability to meander and take time and enjoy things. But if we ever feel like a game is wasting our time, then it gives us a sense of guilt about what could I be doing in real life, you know? And so for that reason, I don't have a lot of patience when it comes to the jump rope game in Final Fantasy IX. And I don't have a lot of patience when it comes to, the lightning dodging in this game. So, it is what it is. But it's funny, I had all the patience in the world for Rebirth, and other people didn't. So I literally, there are flaws in my theory. But does that resonate with any of you? Do you get what I'm saying? Now, I have friends that live for what they call cozy games and kind of lifestyle games. The only time I've ever enjoyed a cozy lifestyle game was in COVID, right? She is so weak. If you didn't take vacation time, you would have gotten a sense of being overwhelmed. Yeah, that makes perfect sense to me. I 100% get that. I spread out Rebirth over the course of 4 months. I was like the last Final Fantasy content creator to finish the game, to the point that when I finished it, I streamed it, and like all of the other content creators were watching my blind reaction. I was like, well, hopefully I don't disappoint. I don't think I did, but it was funny. I never felt like Rebirth wasted my time, though. A lot of optional. Yeah, I mean, that I've discovered, and I've tried to be a listener in this respect, because I didn't quite understand it myself, but I've learned that a lot of people had trouble self-regulating their time with the mini games, and therefore it really was frustrating for them. I didn't have a problem with that when I was like, I'm done with this frog game. I just saved it for later, and I came back to it, and then it's kind of like what I tell students when they're studying for tests and exams and stuff. Thank you for the sub. I tell them, hey, listen, if you get overwhelmed while you are studying, go take a break. I'll never forget when I was in grad school. It was the morning of my final exam, the hardest exam in my history of Christian thought class, okay, in grad school. So it was like the first, the first 1,100 or 1,200 years of Christianity, okay? Knowing all of the creeds and all of the church councils and all that stuff and all the different interpretations from Augustine all the way to pre-Reformation stuff, okay? It was the hardest, notoriously, exam in my grad school. And I remember the exam was at 1 p.m. And I don't know what I'm doing. A friend of mine, instead of us studying all morning, we went and played golf. We played 9 holes and showed up in our golf attire to our exam. You can imagine the rest of the class was really ticked at us. Also, I got 105 on that exam.
Welcome to Guado Salam. This way, lady. This way.
Me?
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Oh, I beg your pardon. I am called Trommel Guado. I am in the direct service of our leader, the great Seymour Guado.
Ooh.
Lord Seymour has very important business with Lady Yuna.
Business with me? Whatever could it be, I wonder?
Please, come inside the manor. All will be explained. Of course, your friends are also welcome.
That's right, they are, because we're her guardians.
Twist our arms, why don't you? I almost almost forgot.
Oh. Oh, and you can do abilities. So many of these tutorials I'd just forgotten. I don't know if I was saying this to a friend or if I said this on stream, so forgive me if I've said this on stream already. Do you know what I hate more than anything in video games? You're gonna laugh, because of the games that I play. I despise menus and going into menus. I hate it with all of my heart. And you can tell that when I'm on stream because I'm just like, get me through this, get me through this. I want to play the game. I hate the sphere grid. Not because it's the sphere grid, I just hate menus. I've been playing the crap out of Donkey Kong Bonanza. I love that game. It's probably at this point the front runner for my personal game of the year, but I hate the menus. I hate skill trees. I just want to hit stuff. I just hate it, man.
Oh, how fair you, Sir God.
Especially streaming. Like, I hate going into menus when I'm streaming, y'all.
He's young, but he deserves our respect.
I've been playing Wuchang, Fallen Feathers. Esper, if you haven't played Wuchang, this is one that you need to play because you're a Souls guy, right? I love that stuff. Anyway, I've been playing that, and one thing that I love about what they do in that game is that they have a very linear skill tree. And give me linear skill tree. Don't give me options. Aren't some turn-based games like real-time menus? Yes. My brother, when he first watched me play Final Fantasy 16, he was like, "What is this game?" And I said, "Oh, it's Final Fantasy 16." He said, "Final Fantasy, those are those old games that you used to play with all the lists, right?" And I said, "What do you mean lists?" He was like, "To do anything, you had to go through a list and you had to click on something." I was like, "Yeah." He was like, "What happened to the lists?" I said, "We call them menus." But he was like, "This looks more like a Call of Duty game because it's active." And that was a compliment from him because it was the frame of reference that he had. Yeah, I freaking love that. That's one thing that I love. I like an action game, but here's the thing. I also like a turn-based game, but do not riddle me with menus. Gosh. I don't need busy work and admin. I think that was a big problem of mine with Baldur's Gate. Every battle felt like, ugh, I don't know. It felt like hell. I'll never. Time has not been kind, on my opinion, with Baldur's Gate 3. I recognize it is very well done. Gosh, it's not for me. You grew up with COD? Yeah, I get it. It's not like Call of Duty, everybody. In fact, I would argue Final Fantasy 13 is way more like Call of Duty than Final Fantasy 16, and it was by design.
It smells so nice.
So the sphere grid drives me crazy because like I don't want to level up in a way that I'm gonna regret, you know?
Stay close to you.
Why does he want to see me?
I don't know, Yuna.
Kimari not like Mr. Seymour.
Kimari is the kind of guy, y'all, that I really respect because you know exactly what he's thinking at all times. It's like, we're here to see Maester Seymour, and he's just immediately like, Kimari, no like Maester Seymour. Why can't we all just be a little bit more straightforward about things?
I don't like the smell of this one, eh?
Okay, Esper, valid. Tactics is such a menu fight, and I'm gonna enjoy it. It's gonna be great. I'm gonna create cool things with it.
This way, please.
The sphere grid is very stressful to navigate. It is really stressful. And if you, the thing is, if you take a different wrong turn like I did with Waka, you have to gain levels in order to backtrack. And that to me is a cardinal sin, because I'm trying to get the extract ability from Waka, and I missed it. And so now I'm having to use all of my levels to backtrack. And then once I get it, I'm going to have to backtrack again to get to where my current level thing is. So anyway, it's my own dumb fault, but
I will go inform Lord Seymour. Please wait here.
thanks, Trommel. Look at this feast. Look at it, y'all. Gaining spheres is so annoying. It is. So the only thing worse than a menu is a menu that's gated by item acquisition. So I'm not a fan of the sphere grid. Gosh, that's a hot take in the Final Fantasy community. I know that, but I just love the old ways of like you level up and the stats level up automatically. I freaking hate customization. Doesn't that sound like crazy talk? Because like I know people do love customization. I just don't. Yeah.
Stay on your guard.
I think that's why I hate job systems. I prefer.
With power, use that power. Maesters have power.
Sorry, I'm ranting over a cutscene right now.
I lived a long time in Zanarkand.
This the feast reminded you of something from the Yoshi games or early Mario Party? Yeah, min-maxing, man. In work and life, I am just like not the detail guy. Okay, like I'm not your administration attention to detail guy, and the games that I love force me to be. I feel like it's a good exercise to learn and grow as a person. But gosh.
To make him mad.
The auto level feature for weapons, yeah. Okay, Kimori, you done?
Guado sure know how to eat.
Okay, Riku, okay.
There's no temple here in Guado Salam, see? Summoners usually just pass through.
That's exactly it, Bigglesworth. I just, like, big time regret. Once I make a choice, I'm like, did I choose the right one?
Maybe you finally believe
it is the HD remake, yeah. Though some of the coloring looks a little jacked up. That may be an OBS thing.
There are many things I do not know.
It looks vibrant, I'll say that.
Is one of those things. I suppose I can't say what I think either way. Still, be careful. You shouldn't tell other people.
Yeah, I know.
Do you think if I grew my hair out a little bit more, I could pull off the Tidus hair?
Truly, it is good to have guests again.
Do you think if I split it right down the middle and like put a little mousse in it? Let's try it.
The death of Lord Jiskel was a great loss for
I needed to be more surfery.
Was this Maester Jiskel really such a great guy?
He brought the teachings of Yevon to the
Yeah, I just look messy now. I don't like that.
a great man.
Truly a loss for
What is
us
happening
all.
tonight?
But now a new leader, Lord Seymour, has come before us.
Sharon
Lord
Stone.
Seymour is the child of a Guado and a human. He will be the tie that binds our two races together.
Thank you, Jeffrey, for the advice.
Not all, I think.
I'm getting a haircut tomorrow, so.
He will surely become the shining star. That
Go for the
lights
cloud?
the way for all
What if
the
I did?
peoples of Spira.
That is enough trouble. Must I always endure such praise?
Oh, there he is. There's our dude.
Welcome.
Trying to match that hair.
You wanted to see me?
Oh well.
Please make yourselves at home. There's no rush.
Please keep this short. Yuna must rush.
What do we think of Seymour, everybody? Do you like him? Bangs. I got bangs. Look at these bangs. Look at that. These are my Bama bangs, y'all. Oh, wait. Shh, shh. This is a good scene. I'm going to shut up. Oh, look at this cutscene. This is so good.
This sphere is a reconstruction created from the thoughts of the dead that wander the far.
I trust him implicitly, yeah.
Xanarkin? Correct. Xanarkin, as it looked 1,000 years ago.
Esper.
Great and wondrous
I like it.
city, Xanarkin. She once lived in this metropolis.
Oh.
She who?
You always thought he was fat when you were a kid. Like, he does have a big build, but it's really just his cloaks.
Alaska.
And the way that his shirt kind of flounces. Everybody knows.
From its ravages.
Actually, do you want to know something, chat? Do you want to know something I learned? Oh, here's a history moment. Yeah, this isn't a lecture, but it's a bonus, okay? And I'm so glad that you said, Tyler, over on YouTube, that you always thought Seymour was fat when he was a kid. When I was in Japan, I went to a tea ceremony and they gave you kimonos and they told us about how to wear the kimonos. They said for women, there is a mid piece, kind of a belt waistband that they have to wear around their waist, but it's very high up. They bring it up here. And the reason that they said that is because their desire was for women to be as flat-chested as possible in the kimono, because accentuating their upper body would be a bit more akin to certain types of ladies, like prostitutes and certain servants, right? And so it was more proper and regal to have it up here. Now for the men, this is super interesting. The goal was to have it low, just under the waist, so that the kimono would kind of bulge out a little bit on the sides to give the appearance of a bigger belly, a rounder belly that seemed to spill over it. So even if you had six-pack abs, the goal is to set the belt in such a way that it spills over. Why? Because in that culture, it was more important or more desired to have an abundance and to eat and to be of healthy proportions and size. Okay? So they're trying to accentuate the perceived luxurious man belly. I think that's a really interesting point, right? But it kind of, you see that with Seymour here. Yet it is a choice to have this kimono that's open in the middle so you can still see that he's not exactly kind of a big guy underneath, but his kimono gives him that sort of thing. So he both is fit and trim, but also has this flowy, flouncy sort of thing, upper kimono body. Does that make sense? So this is really kind of a cool subversion. That is something that I learned from the tea ceremony. And I was like, that is so cool. So anyway, Seymour is absolutely kind of evoking that thought. So anyway, there's a mini lecture for you tonight, everybody. Who would have guessed? Men's fashion from Seymour.
Inherited her name.
It was my father who named me.
Lord Braska was entrusting you with a great task. He wanted you to face sin as Lady Yunaleska did. However, Lady Yunaleska did not save the world alone.
It also kind of lets you know, this is also interesting, it also kind of lets you know that Seymour is wearing the trappings of what is expected of him. And yet he is something different underneath. Here you can actually see kind of his abs underneath, right? And so, but he's wearing things that would be expected societally of him. And isn't that part of his story as well? He's got the trappings of a maester, but he is, he's kind of a false maester, as we'll come to find out. I just think it's so interesting, right? Yeah, that hair is a weapon. Yeah, and Yuna has the high belt that I mentioned. So this is kind of classic Japanese kimono at play here. Yuna, however, is trying to this is so interesting. Yuna has such a kind of prim and proper sort of thing, but what happens in the second game? She's liberated by that. She's liberated from the constraints, and she begins to utilize that kind of more sexual feminine aspect in the second game more than she is able to because of societal constraints in the first game, right? I think that's really interesting. So you've got Seymour that's masquerading as this fat belly, fat wallet, very luxurious, flouncy kimono up top, even though he's got ripped abs. And that is a choice. I guarantee you that the character designers were like, we want to show in his outfit that he is a charlatan and a false sort of maester just because he's pretending to be this other thing. That is really cool to me. Just from their character designs alone, you're able to see how they're playing into some of these Japanese expectations and stereotypes. Oh, hey, subtext. Literally guns out. Ain't that the truth?
Unbreakable bond of love, of the kind that binds two hearts for eternity.
Jeffrey. You sound like a pike at the University of Alabama. Oh man, that has been suggested to me so many times. I gotta watch that. A family at my church suggested that to me yesterday. I guess I'm gonna watch it. Wow. He does, Birdwatcher. That's really interesting. You can dunk on him. That's fine. Yeah, from my church. They were like, you like Japan? Maybe K-pop is something you would like. I'll try it. It looks interesting.
Wow, your face is beet red.
You okay?
He asked me to marry him.
You serious? Hey!
You know what Yuna must do.
Of course. Lady Yuna. No, all summoners are charged with bringing peace to Spira.
Hey, you want to know something else that's kind of cool? I just thought of this, all this conversation about kimonos. I was not expecting this tonight, but I'd like to talk a little bit about it. it is typical for kimonos to have symbolism. I learned this in the tea ceremony. But for men, they would typically have more geometric shapes that really didn't mean anything. But for women, they would have a multitude of different ideas. But specifically, they would have cherry blossoms and they would have cranes, for examples, and then other kinds of circles. The circles would typically mean things regarding Buddhism. But cherry blossoms, and if you look carefully on Yuna's belt and some of the floral patterns, cherry blossoms would always kind of symbolize both the beauty of life and the transient nature of life. That was something that one of our tea ceremony guides kind of taught us. So you think about her as a summoner, one that's sending the dead away. This is something that's actually kind of subtly shown in her kimono design. Something about Yuna is meaning life and the transient nature of it. I just think it's so cool.
Sin. She must ease the suffering of all Spira. She must be a leader for the people. I proposed to Lady Yuna as a maester of Yevon.
Spira is no playhouse. A moment's diversion may amuse an audience, but it changes nothing.
Oh, that's awesome,
Even
Chrono.
so, the actors must play their parts.
Esper, were you in the chat when I fought that chocobo eater?
There's no need to answer right away. Please.
He ate that chocobo.
We will do so then.
Oh, Tyler, thank you so much. I
await your favorable reply.
during the school year in August and beyond, I typically stream Tuesdays and Thursdays. Summers, I'm up and down. For my stream schedule for Final Fantasy X, you can check out ProfNoctis.com, and it'll tell you my whole stream schedule.
I beg your pardon. We Guado are keen to the scent of the far plane.
Yeah, and so you've got sea hibiscus. Now, yeah, hibiscus and sea hibiscus. And so this is interesting. Floral patterns often are going to mean a transient nature of life, but hibiscus and sea hibiscus are going to talk about happiness and enjoyment and that kind of levity in life, which is just so interesting because, again, she's trying to convey this idea of happiness when inside she's got some inner turmoil. That's why the laughter scene matters so much. She is putting out to the world that she's this beacon of light and hope and happiness, but there's also an inner struggle of like she wants to live. She wants to have life and laughter and levity. I want my pilgrimage to be filled with laughter, she says. So the sea hibiscus, to some degree, is a bit of a mask that she's conveying to the rest of the world. Again, just in their character designs, such cool, subtle storytelling. I love it. Trenton, I love this dialogue because obviously 10 showcases the importance of story. This is Tidus' story. Auron mentions how stories end and have this dialogue exchange of plays and actors here as a metaphor. Yeah, yes. It's such good on the nose. Anybody that has ever taken a class in storytelling knows good story structure, right? And the ability to kind of talk about the beginning, middle, and the end, and then how to introduce a theme and how to emphasize the theme and how to land the theme. And from the very opening cutscene of this game, Tidus is talking about, this is my story. Auron says, this is your story. What will you do with it? And then we are getting this really cool story all the way throughout about the players and the actors in this larger story. And then at the end of the game, you kind of question, whose story really is this? And was this? Who is the protagonist? Who's the hero? It's just, I love it. Anyway. I talk more on this stream than I usually do, and I hope you're enjoying it. I'm having a good time tonight. Because she has two sides, the light side of hope and laughter and the dark side of anxiety and fear. That's the kind of stuff I love, man. It's the symbolism to the nth degree. I just love it. And sometimes people will look at me and some other content creators and really anybody in the Final Fantasy fandom, and they're like, aren't you taking this a little too far? Like all of these different details and stuff. And like, I would typically agree. I would typically agree that we take things way too far, except Final Fantasy from the very beginning has been so filled to the brim with symbolism that we have been trained to think that everything means something else. That's why you have streamers that are going to go into free cam mode and they're going to look at all of these things. Do you remember the night that we were playing through Final Fantasy VII Rebirth and we took out free cam mode and went to the top of the high wind and found the Egyptian god Horus? Do you remember that? And it took us on this deep dive. And what subtle clue does that mean? I think about those things all the time. It doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things, but for those with ears to hear, we hear it. Those with eyes to see, we see it. I love it.
Yuna, the High Summoner's daughter. Seymour, the leader of the Guado. Married in the name of Yevon, overcoming the barriers of race. It would give Spira something cheery to talk about for a change.
Sounds just like a passing daydream, like Oren says.
Come on, let's just get on with the pilgrimage. I mean, marriage?
Jealous?
What?
Jeffrey.
No way. We gotta defeat sin.
It was delayed. We're gonna do it.
Sure picked a fine time to lay this one on us.
Summer just hit and I had to.
It is a fine time.
You serious?
If my getting married would help Spira, if it would make people happy, if I could do that for people, maybe I should do what I can. I never imagined doing anything like this. But I won't answer till I know what's right.
Seriously?
You could always just quit your pilgrimage and get married.
Oh, Riku.
I will. Go on. I'm sure that Lord Seymour will understand.
I guess so.
I am a summoner. I must fight and defeat sin.
Like Braska before you.
I had to stop myself from shouting. What's there to think about?
I'm going to the far plane. I'm going to see my father and think on this.
Go on. We'll be right behind you.
I wondered why none of the others ever asked Yuna. Do you love Seymour? Do you even like him?
Yeah, Trenton, absolutely. Crisis Core and Free Cam Fall. I don't hate it, man. I don't hate it. I have such an itch to replay Rebirth. I know I'm gonna do lecture content on Final Fantasy Tactics. I know that, mainly because that's my degrees. I mean, that is what I'm actually an expert and specialist in: religious history and philosophy, and church history. And Final Fantasy Tactics has that in spades, and so I'm really excited to teach some of that and utilize some of those things. But I got some new stuff with Rebirth that, especially in light of my trip to Japan and learning in the shrines and temples of Buddhist and Shinto traditions, I just have so many thoughts that I would not have had if I hadn't gone. I'm so glad I didn't release my Buddhism video beforehand, because I would have regretted it and I would have changed it. Y'all are in for a treat. Yeah. We're kind of changing up some content structure things for the fall. I will tell you that. There's going to be a few things that we kind of adapt. Mainly our primary show with me and Evan, we're going to be moving that to twice a month, everybody. We want to be able to offer consistent quality and to have the interviews that people love and the content that is just really, really interesting for people. And we feel like we can do that a little bit better twice a month. But in the interim, in between those things, that's where you're going to start getting some of the video essays that I've been promising. The Rebirth video essays, some of you will be really interested in this. The Rebirth video essays, I originally touted 3. I think we're now up to 10. And it's just going to take a while for some of those to come out. But I've been writing, some of them are done script-wise. And it's just like, there's a few that I've got to get out before those. So anyway, there's a lot to look forward to this fall, including Final Fantasy Tactics and Rebirth, of course, our grand staple. Yeah. Okay, this next scene is in the far plane. Now, on Twitter, I had kind of mentioned that we are going to look at the far plane tonight and look at some clues for what the live stream means in Final Fantasy VII Remake Trilogy, right? Because I think it is well documented that Final Fantasy X and Final Fantasy VII are intrinsically linked. For example, one of the characters in this game appears in one of the images in the Shinra Museum. And so that's led some to believe that it's in the same universe. I don't believe it's in the same universe, but I do think that there are subtle clues to the joining of these two things, two games, at least in ideology. And I think that that's really, really cool. But the far plane and the live stream share a lot in common. Oh, Birdwatcher dropped some cool knowledge. Just to mention, Yuna's name seems to be derived from the sea hibiscus Yuna, which is plausible if the plant info is confirmed and makes better sense why that flower is on the belt. Absolutely. Yeah, so cool. I think that's awesome, and it does make more sense there. Wait, what? Esper, did you not know that? I guess we're gonna have to pull it up. Let's do it. I'm gonna pull it up for us all to see. If you haven't seen this before, you're gonna absolutely love it. It is insane. So let me just pull this up right now. Okay, there we are. So you can kind of see right here. Let me just really zoom in here. So this is from a Reddit thread, but it's actually a good Reddit thread. Let's bounce over there. So Final Fantasy 7 and 10 quote occur in the same universe. I don't believe that, but I do think this picture is awesome. So on the left, you've got a character from Final Fantasy 10-2, I believe. His name is Shinra. And then if you were to look over here, on the right-hand side, you see right there in the middle, you have old Shinra right there. Isn't that cool? Yeah, I need to enhance better. Oh God, it's wanting me to. I don't want to do that. Thank you. So yeah, I can maybe zoom in just a little bit here. You didn't see that at all? Yeah, this is why we look at all the details in all of the Final Fantasy games, because it's freaking insane. But they do these kind of things. So you got the guy with the mask there and the guy right in the middle of this early Shinra employee photo. It's nuts. Again, I don't think it means anything other than there are some ideological pieces that are interestingly across both of them. If I remember correctly, Shinra in 10-2 also says he's looking at a new source of energy. Yeah, and that's another thing that is kind of said. That may even be in this Reddit thread right here. Yeah, no. He does say something like that, though, if I remember right. And I think that's super cool. So you can kind of see some of the other pieces here. Here's Cloud looking at that image, just so you know that it does come from 7 Remake. Yeah, so there you go. Crazy stuff, isn't it? Yeah, very cool. So I say all that because as we go into this next scene, I want you, many of you have played through this game totally. I want you to watch this far plane scene and think to yourself, okay, what does this say to us about what's happening in the live stream, perhaps, in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth? And with that, I'll shut up for a little bit because I have talked way more than I usually do. I've been yapping.
Question about this far plane. When somebody dies, a summoner sends them to the far plane, right? So their souls, or whatever they are, they go to the far plane, right? But that's the far plane we're going to, right? And Yuna's old man's there too? Do dead people live there or something?
You thinking those funny thoughts again, yeah? You'll see once we get there.
Aren't you coming?
I do not belong there.
You're scared.
Searching the past to find the future. This is all that is there. I need it not. You'd better be going.
You're not really going to see the dead. More like your memories of them. People think of their relatives, and the fireflies react to them. They take on the form of the dead person. An illusion, nothing else. Well, have fun.
What? You're not going either, Riku?
I keep my memories inside.
Huh?
Memories are nice, but that's all they are.
Now, isn't that interesting? When we know that the live stream in Final Fantasy VII talks about this sea and collection of memories.
See you later.
I think that's pretty neat.
You're still here.
Connection to the promised land from Final Fantasy VII? Quite possibly. I think that's a really cool way of thinking about it. We'll continue with this scene.
What the?
Yeah, now look at this. This is so cool. Very earthy, planety stuff. But very much like the Promised Land in some ways.
The far plane was cool, but I couldn't stop thinking about Yuna. Her parents, they looked so happy together. But it got me worried that maybe seeing them would make Yuna really consider Seymour's proposal.
You see conceptual ideas for the mana system of Secret of Mana, at least. Oh yeah, that's a really interesting idea too. So many items and ideas in Square Enix games that were discarded in some ways come up in other avenues and just seem to be kind of in their backpack for later. Really? FF12 in what way? This is a good song.
Why don't you try calling someone? All you have to do is think about them.
Yo, Chapu. Meant to come see you earlier, yeah? Sorry. I know you won't hold it against me. I gave up that game. I'm a guardian from here on, you know? This guy looks a lot like you. Showed up. Traveling with him, I thought maybe you were still alive somewhere, yeah? But then again, here you are on the far plane. Guess your place is here. So,
Oh, seeing the ghosts, yeah.
how you been? Oh, that guy I just told you about? I gave him a sword. He likes it.
Huh? Whoa.
And so there's one sort of frame of reference for this is that the dead continue to live on in the memories of people. And so, like Riku was saying, these are projections of the fireflies based on your own memories. And I think that there's something to that with this idea of like the collective unconscious and the memories and dreams of people with the live stream. In Rebirth, I think that there's something interesting to be said about that. I don't know if I've got the equipment to say it quite yet, but I am of the mindset when it comes to Final Fantasy VII Rebirth that the other worlds that exist are dreams, future memories, and possibilities that were not the planet's preferred course, which we've kind of talked about in my Rebirth stuff. So I'm curious how individual and corporate community memory plays into the concept of the live stream in the Re-trilogy. And are these, quote, worlds manifestations of someone else's memory or dream or something like that? We hear the dream date with Aerith as that being her kind of projection to some degree.
He is dead,
For example.
and I am still alive. Coming here really
I
makes
know,
it
it's on the
clear.
floor. It fell because I
should
rubbed
focus
up
more
against
on
it.
What I have to do now.
What?
I'm not even sure what I'm saying.
Don't you mean that you should leave Chapu behind? I'm sure he was a great guy, but there'll be others.
That's a possibility.
How about Waka?
What, me with Waka?
Yeah, you two get along great.
Getting along isn't enough. Not even close.
Oh, sorry. My mistake.
You'd do well to remember that. Knowing a bit about women might come in handy someday.
Yeah, I'll remember.
I won't be forgetting either. Goodbye, Chapu. You always said I looked grumpy. But those were the happiest days of my life.
I love Lulu's kind of arc in this game as well. How she really warms up to Tidus. Kimari, no talk right now. You know that.
So, Yuna?
I've decided.
Oh, really? That's good.
I remember when I was only 7 years old in Bavel that day. My father had defeated Sin, and the whole town was out in the streets. Everyone was laughing. They all seemed so happy. If I defeated Sin, that would make everyone happy, wouldn't it? I must do what everyone wants, not just what I want.
Let's go back. You gotta tell Seymour.
Before that, call Sir Jet. Give it a try.
Huh?
Don't worry, he won't come.
Trying not to think about my old man made me think about him, of course.
See, told you.
He isn't here because he's not dead. He's Sin.
That means he's alive, you know.
What if my old man really is Sin? What would I say to Yuna? Heck, to everybody in Spira. Wait, Why should I have to apologize for him anyway? I'd rather never see him again.
What makes you hate him so?
Everything he does just makes me mad. It was his fault that me and my mother...
Oh, there's your mom.
It's her.
She's very pretty.
But... wait. No one ever performed the sending for her.
She must have accepted death while she was still alive.
Whoa there. That's my mother you're talking about.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Tyler, I've got things to say about that in just a moment. Birdwatcher, yeah, I think that you're right. I mean, his work in mana
Something out.
and even some discarded ideas definitely show up here. So I think that's cool.
See, so I told him what I thought of him right there.
What? Really?
Of course.
I suppose, but... Mommy! Just a sec, dear.
Whenever my old man was around, my mother wouldn't even look at me. Maybe that's when I started to resent him, even hate him. When he left us, Mom just lost her energy.
Is she all right?
Why should you care?
If she dies, I wouldn't know what to do.
Don't say Mom is gonna die.
I apologize.
The old lady next door told me, when a lovebird dies, the one left behind, it just gives up living so it can join its mate. It was just like that. I hated my old man even more. But really, my old man...
Mommy! Just a sec, dear.
Go to him. He'll cry if you don't.
Gosh.
Oh, man. I must sound so stupid.
I don't think so.
How embarrassing.
Well, need some more time.
No. I'm ready.
Did I miss something?
Thanks for waiting. I'll go give my answer to Maester Seymour.
Lord Jiskel!
Oh, Lord Jiskel!
He does not belong here.
Why?
Yuna, send him.
Lord Jiskel.
He is Lord Jiskel no more. Send him now.
I did too, Esper.
Talk later. We leave now.
We leave now. Okay, so Tyler, you mentioned... Oh,
What
wait.
was that just now? That really Lord Jiskel?
He wasn't sent, so he became a fiend, right?
I would think that he was sent once.
Oh.
But he stayed on Spira. Something, a powerful emotion, could have bound him to this world. Such things happen.
That's against the rules, isn't it?
It means he died an unclean death.
Ugh. Okay, so Tyler, you said, thinking of the 7 references, is there anything on Yuna that would symbolize that she could be an early Cetra or something? So I don't think that this game is like canonically in the same world or universe as Final Fantasy VII. I think that's probably too much of a stretch simply because I just don't think they would do that. But I do think that the influences are there. Now, if they were in the same world, I totally get that. But I think it is really cool to think in terms of like the similarities. So Yuna obviously is able to commune with the planet to some degree, or rather the dead, and to send them forth in the same way that Yuna is able, Aerith is able to commune with the planet and even see across worlds to a degree more than others. I mean, ultimately Cloud is able to at the end of Rebirth as well. He's kind of getting all glitched out. But Aerith is able to kind of have a broader view of all things, and that's due to her connection to the planet, the same way Sephiroth is to some degree as well, because of his exposure to the life stream when he was thrown into it in Nibelheim. He just has a almost an omniscience that he gained from the life stream by avoiding absorption into it. So he essentially has the same attributes of a Cetra that Aerith does in that respect. Another clue that there is some sort of deeper parallel between Aerith and Yuna is the dance sequence in Temple of the Ancients. Well, I don't know about y'all, but when I first played that in Chapter 13, I was like, this is just like Yuna's dancing to Send in Kilika, the sending in Kilika. I think we're supposed to think, okay, these represent a very similar archetype, but also their communion with the dead and the ability to impact the world beyond. I think that that's probably where I would say there's the most interesting parallels. That's just me. I think that. Beyond that, there may be more. I don't know. Maybe Yuna will show up in part 3. That would be hilarious. People would lose their minds. In probably a bad way, they would. Sending a sphere from the far plane, very white materia-esque. Yeah, that's interesting. From across worlds.
Yuna, Jisco is the Guado
Yes,
problem.
Chrono, yes. 7 influence 10, and then 10 return the favor, yeah.
What? So, Lulu, what do you think about Yuna getting married?
As long as the pilgrimage continues, either way's fine.
That's it? What if she doesn't even like the guy? Is that okay?
People marry for many reasons.
What's that mean?
Sometimes marriage...
Good point,
doesn't
Birdwatcher.
require
Yeah.
love, you know? Defeat sin and bring joy to the people of Spira. Get married and bring joy to the people of Spira. For Yuna, they're just 2 ways down the same road. All you need is determination. If you have that, you don't need love.
You don't need love.
I don't know.
I just like, I love love.
I just don't get it.
I just don't get it. Is this the inn? No, that's the far plane. What's a race? I'm faster than you. Sorry, buddy. And there's Waka.
For a while there, I was a little worried about what
You're
was
so
gonna
right,
happen, huh?
Esper.
For a while there,
Oh, can't go in. Auron, what do you think?
We leave as soon as Yuna returns.
Thanks. Lulu, you want to talk again?
Listen, if Yuna gets married, then
What? That again?
I didn't.
Yes.
Major, I'll go
If
back.
she is to marry, I would want her to marry for love.
See?
But if Yuna said she wanted to marry the one she loves, I would have to object.
Hmm.
Huh? You're not making much sense.
I know.
I know.
for a while there.
Where's our friend Riku? Also, time to get that treasure chest. Oh, I would love to pull that up. Oh man, I'm going to right now. Wait, there's no... I don't see a treasure chest. Maybe it's in here. Oh, they're over here seeing their kid. Aw. I've never heard of that Esper. I'm about to Google it. Is it hidden? Back here, maybe? It's behind the tree roots in the entrance. Oh, there it is. I see it. Lightning marble. Heck yeah. Okay, let me find this. It's Opera Omnia, you say? Got it. Oh, I'm gonna find it. Don't you worry. You think Secret of Mana influenced all this? Maybe. I'm a big Secret of Mana fan. I do not remember so much of that original thing. Oh, there's that. Let's see. Esper, do you have any idea what other thing I could search? Opera Omnia, Yuna Aerith cutscene? Maybe live stream or Farplane? Yeah, can you find it and link me? Through all the cutscenes? That is a tall order. We may just have to put it on Discord or Twitter or something. Because I'm really curious now. Yeah. Tag me in Discord or something later. I think that's probably best. But now you got me so curious. I didn't realize that Opera Omnia had so many like overlaps of, I guess it is like the Smash Brothers of all of it. It is very possible that I have no way of finding it. Okay, well I tried. Okay, let's keep going. The Dissidias are canon, technically. I mean, I like Dissidia. Can I go in? No. Oren, do you want to talk?
We leave as soon as you...
Okay. No talkie. The end, maybe. I would like to rest. Maybe that'll do it. They have a lot of convos after their stories ended. How about that? Oh, back to you, Lulu, of course.
I've talked enough about that.
What?
I'm sorry, just forget about it.
Jeez, Grumpy.
You'll understand one of these days. I just don't want to give it words, not yet.
Oh.
I shouldn't have to say this, but don't fall in love with her.
That's very similar to what Aerith says to Cloud in Final Fantasy VII Remake. You're more my type, Lulu.
Interesting. I suppose I could add you to my list. I wish you good luck, little boy. You're going to need it.
That's the canon response, I think. That's funny.
We leave as soon as you...
Okay, well, I'm trying to leave.
For a while there.
I'm a little worried about Lord Jiskel.
In Act 2, Chapter 1. Oh, that's cool. Okay, Amy. Yuna, whose job is to send the dead, and 4 characters who die in their respective games, where they talk about the effect the dead leave behind on them. Okay, let me look that up. Okay, let's just see. Oh, is this right? Y'all, I think I may have found it. Thank you, Amy, and thank you, Esper. I love that. Let's see. Okay, there's Aerith. I'm just scrubbing at this point. Yay, Google for the win. For real. Okay, there's Yuna. Oh my gosh, it's all of the Final Fantasy characters together. I guess I can show you what I'm seeing. That would be good instead of y'all just like watching me do nothing here. Okay, what if I did this right here? It's all in Japanese, so I'll have to read the conversation out loud. Okay, got it. I'm looking it up right now. Okay, there's that. Let's... Y'all can watch me scrub here. Okay, so... those are things. They seem to be... Are they dead? I don't think they're dead. So this is Act 2, Chapter 1, right? So let's just look. Here's some characters. No. I'm looking for cutscenes. Man, how did I not play this game? This game looks really up my alley. But I'm really curious what they would say. I think that this would be interesting in the context of our conversation. There's Iris. Never really see Iris. I don't like mobile games. That is true. These are mannequins. Oh, good night, Birdwatcher. Have a good night. I'm honestly probably going to go to sleep too. The jet lag is murdering me. You found it? Okay. Would it be in part 2? 5420 of that. Am I on the right video, maybe? Thoughts for the Dead. Okay, here we are. Okay, everybody, here's what it says. Sarah, I didn't think we'd have much trouble finding this brilliance. Sarah, can you tell us more about this Caius fellow? Papa Limo. Galuf, I'd also like to know more about this man who wants to change history. Caius is immortal, and he's lost the person he loves over and over again. He was trying to destroy time itself and stop the cycle, and that's why I went on a journey to fix the paradoxes. That's from Final Fantasy 13:2. So to make amends to Lightning, he wants to change history and avoid involving her in a war. I don't know what he's up to, really. He's always been hard to read. It sounds selfish to me. It's a poor idea using the ways of another world to solve the problems of your own. I can't imagine being happier by not remembering those who have passed. It doesn't make any sense. You have a kind heart, Yuna. Death is sad and permanent, but when someone close to you dies, it changes who you are. Ooh. I don't want to forget my father or anyone else. It's their memories that give me the strength to fight. Okay, okay. And there's Ace. Can this be? I thought we were all the same and that we just happen to be from different worlds. I didn't realize the ways of Orients were so contrary to others. I thought we were in this together, but I can't even understand what they're going through. Listen to this music. Are you feeling alone? You wouldn't understand. I never told you my story. How could I? Not exactly, but I'm not unlike you. Okay, that is super interesting. So in that particular thing, now there was no Aerith in that particular scene, but I do think it's kind of interesting to think about what they're saying here, that the memories of the dead bolster me in my journey and strength, give me strength. Because I think that's a huge theme in Remake and Rebirth, and that how the memories of those who have already gone affect us and impact us. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh. Thank you for gifting a tier, Amy, a sub. I think that's so interesting. Okay, let me back out of this now. There we go. And we're back. The games really do tackle similar things, so this has been some interesting discussion tonight, everybody. Well done.
For a while there.
Oren.
We leave as soon as you...
Earth A28 version. Esper remembered an interaction between them? Okay, what is it? What was the interaction? I must have missed it. Watching them all? Oh man. Maybe. But I do think that that's an interesting concept of the dead, expressed by Yuna with all of these characters that have died. The concept of remembrance echoes through all of the Final Fantasy games. That's why I keep coming back to it as a Part 3 title. I don't hate it. Remembrance, or remember, to make it a more active verb, I guess. The rebirth, I guess, is more of a noun. Remembrance works. It's like more syllables, but honestly, can a pattern happen just from 2? Because reunion was 3, and I think it's just remember or remembrance could really work. Okay. Oh, that's okay, Esper. No worries. Okay, let's finish this off, I guess.
Leave the Guado's problems to the Guado, they say. Leave the Guado's problems.
Thank you, Waka.
For a while there.
Okay, I know. Is everybody just going to keep saying the same things?
We leave as soon as you...
Okay. Where are Riku and Kimari? Not that way. Recall? Ooh, an interesting idea. I like recall. Though there's a corner of the internet that will not stand for anything other than reunion.
When we leave here,
And I'm like, well, they used it. And they're like, oh.
planes next, you know?
That happens at least once a week. At least once a week for me. Would I get a lot out of it? Man. Okay, literally not sure where to go or what to do here. We had so much fun in the far plane.
Potions good. Buy some before leaving.
Okay, I think that I've gotten to talk to everybody. Which means maybe Yuna will come out now.
While there, I was a little
Refund.
Guado potion.
Revert. Relish. Just a different sounding word altogether. Different sounding prefix. How about rendezvous? I'm personally fine with revengeance.
My.
Oh, it's
Seymour,
Shalinda.
someone
I
you
hate
want
her.
with you?
No, she's at Seymour's place.
That's Maester Seymour, or Lord Seymour.
Listen,
Oh, I'll be careful. Sorry.
rebate.
All right. Oh.
Review.
Maester Seymour left Guado Salam a short while ago.
You serious?
I believe he went to the temple in Makalania. Maester Seymour is also the high priest of that temple.
Reload.
I gotta tell the others.
There's the others. Redemption. I like redemption.
Lord Jiskel, please tell me. What can I do to help?
Yuna, let's go!
Revenant. That's a good one. Though, like,
They say Seymour
Revenant
went to Macarena
Wings,
Temple.
Final Fantasy 12 sequel.
Makalania Temple.
Alright.
Macarena Temple?
Why would the Lord Maester head off without
Best
Sita
localization choice right there.
Maybe he wasn't expecting Yuna's answer so soon.
anymore? Ah, that's probably it.
Yuna, what is it?
Oh, nothing.
You're a poor liar.
Just poor
It's true, it's nothing.
pre-wedding
Come on,
jitters.
let's go.
Let's go. So everybody, I think we have covered a good deal of things tonight, but as it has been the problem this entire week, jet lag is quickly taking me. And I'm feeling myself and my energy beginning to drain. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to save it. And we're going to have to call it a night because I think that that is the best for us all, especially me. But we got some really good stuff out tonight. The discussion of the far plane, the discussion of the kimonos between Yuna and Seymour. I thought that was really interesting. We covered more than I thought. And we fixed my sound. It was some active time battle with the computer itself. So, not bad tonight, you guys. Not a bad time. Not bad at all. Yeah, I am just like, I'm wiped. I am wiped out. Well, like I said, everybody, look forward to some new content stuff coming from me and Evan in the next couple weeks. We're actually going to put out a show on Monday where we're talking about Wuchang Fallen Feathers. I'm pretty high up on that game. I love that game. In a year with Donkey Kong and Expedition 33 and Death Stranding 2 and probably Ghost of Yote and Split Fiction, that game could easily be drowned out, but it shouldn't be because it is easily one of the best designed Souls-like games that I've played really since Lies of P. I mean, it's so good. But you're going to hear my full thoughts on it on Monday, and specifically some Chinese lore, which I don't get to talk about very much, but I'm going to nerd out about with you on Monday. So stay tuned for that. Remember, we are moving to a bi-weekly sort of model for the fall, and so you'll hear some, you'll get one episode on Monday, then we're going to do some other stuff. And then the following, or like 2 Mondays later, you'll get the next show. And I think that one's going to be on Bravely Default. And I'm going to talk all about that game. So, because I just finished it and I like it a lot. But you're going to hear all of my thoughts on that. With that, everybody, I hope that you have a fantastic night. I'm exhausted, though. I need to go to bed. So, everybody, take it easy. Thanks for hopping in. Thanks for sharing all of these things. We really went to some cool places tonight, and I just appreciate the heck out of y'all for watching and contributing. This stream is great because y'all are great. So thank you for your contributions. And with that, everybody have a terrific evening, a better weekend, and we'll see you next Tuesday. Okay, bye.